Young Aemond Targaryen finally gets his dragon in HOTD Episode 7, which comes at a major cost for both sides of the Targaryen civil war. House of the Dragon Aemond Targaryen v. Hagar. Aemond Targaryen successfully claims v. Hagar in House of the Dragon Episode 7, which tips the scales ahead of the civil war. The power of possessing dragons has been vital to House Targaryen's conquest and continued reign in Westeros, with the ability of young Targaryens to claim or hatch dragons also serving as an omen for their legitimacy. As such, it's not surprising that Aemond Targaryen went to such extreme measures to claim v. Hagar, the largest and oldest dragon in the world who had just lost its rider. The same night as Lena Velaryon's funeral, Aemond conspires to steal her dragon, which involves getting v. Hagar to obey in High Valyrian, risking his own death, and avoiding being caught by the Velaryons. Aemond is ultimately able to command v. Hagar, ride her around Driftmark, and disembark without injury, that is, until Rhaenyra and Daemon's children confront him. Lena's daughter Rhaena Targaryen was meant to claim v. Hagar, leading to a fight between the young cousins that ends with Aemond losing an eye. However, Aemond states that his eye was a fair trade for the most powerful dragon in the world, which will have a massive impact on House of the Dragon's civil war. Why v. Hagar let Aemond claim her? Dragons don't easily allow new riders to claim them, especially dragons like v. Hagar who are nearly 200 years old, have known several riders, and have spent many stretches of their lives roaming freely. Before Aemond, v. Hagar was ridden by Queen Visenya, Viserys and Daemon's father Prince Balon Targaryen, and Lena Velaryon, each of whom had to prove their bravery in order to claim her. The reason why a dragon allows a specific person to claim them isn't entirely clear, but has to do with their courage and worthiness as a dragon rider. The Valyrian blood of Aemond certainly played a part in his ability to claim v. Hagar, but it may have also connected to the blood he shares with Balon, v. Hagar's last rider before Lena. Aemond also proved his great bravery by sneaking away from the castle, facing v. Hagar on his own, continuing to utter High Valyrian commands, and standing his ground when the mighty dragon v. Hagar showed signs of aggression like breathing fire at him. House of the Dragon Episode 7 saw Aemond prevail against the resistance of the strongest dragon in Westeros, with the young Targaryen even managing to stay on v. Hagar's back when she flew erratically. The aging v. Hagar won't let just anyone mount her anymore, meaning Aemond's considerable boldness was enough for the experienced dragon to let herself bond with him. What dragon Rhaena gets in House of Dragon? Much like Aemond in House of the Dragon Episode 6, young Rhaena Targaryen lamented not having a dragon of her own. Her parents Lena and Daemon as well as her older sister Baela all had dragons, but Rhaena's egg failed to hatch after 8 years. Following Lena Velaryon's death, v. Hagar was kept at Driftmark so that Rhaena would have the opportunity to claim her mother's dragon as her own, but a licensed son Aemond Targaryen stole her away. Despite not being able to mount her mother's old dragon, Rhaena Targaryen will still become a dragon rider in House of the Dragon. Rhaena will eventually be bonded with the dragon Morning, who will hatch from an egg after the Dance of the Dragons has already begun. George R.R. Martin's Fire and Blood explains that the news of Morning's birth troubles the Greens, who had already lost most of their dragons in the Targaryen Civil War. Alicent fears that Rhaena's dragon egg hatching means the Blacks will be seen as more legitimate than the Greens, but Morning was still too young to be ridden during the fighting. What Aemond's possession of v. Hagar means for the Civil War. As Otto Hightower explains in House of the Dragon Episode 7 Seconds Ending, gaining a dragon like v. Hagar is worth 1,000 times the price that Aemond paid, as it gives a licensed Green Party the upper hand in terms of dragon power. The Targaryens owe their dynasty to dragons, so having the biggest and strongest living one in Westeros makes the Greens exponentially more powerful. Aegon and Helena are already dragon riders for the Greens, but Sunfire and Dreamfire alone wouldn't have prevailed against the power of the 5 dragons already possessed by the Blacks. While Rhaenyra Targaryen has the power of the experienced dragons Syrax, Caraxes, and Melis, Aemond Targaryen gives the Greens a major advantage with the fearsome v. Hagar. The Dance of the Dragons is now a much fairer fight, whereas Otto and Alicent may not have had enough dragon power to take on the Blacks beforehand. Claiming v. Hagar has also heightened the ego and arrogance of Aemond Targaryen in House of the Dragon, meaning he'll act far more imperious toward his nephews Jacaerys and Lucerys Velaryon and even his brother Aegon. When the time comes to battle in the Dance of the Dragons, Aemond will be relentless and without fear against his foes because he realizes that he has the upper hand on v. Hagar's back. Aemond having v. Hagar also benefits the perception of the Green Party's legitimacy in House of the Dragon, as being chosen by such an ancient and strong dragon once ridden by Visenya will be seen as a good omen.